This is Ozarks Fox AM.
Happy Thursday morning and welcome to Ozarks Fox AM. I'm Jeremy Rave.
And I'm Kelly Smith. Thank you for joining us today. You might have needed your umbrella this morning.
You might have needed some cucumbers on your eyes because you didn't get much sleep last night.
You might have.
I didn't know if it actually, I heard the tornado sirens. I heard the sirens. It woke me up at 10:30, then it woke me up again a little later. And I heard something pelting on my window.
Right.
But I didn't know if it was
sleet
or
was it
hail. I don't know. But it was loud.
Well, you know what? Here's the good and the bad about living out in the country. I heard no sirens.
But that's bad, though, because what if you need to take shelter?
Here's the deal.
I know what you're going to say.
I was so tired. I'm like, beam me up, Scotty. I don't know if it's coming. It's coming. That's kind of how I was. But I heard that, too. I don't know what time it woke me up, the rain or the sleet or whatever. I'm really glad that we brought Blue in because
I'm so glad.
Well, we knew the storm was coming. He was a little, at 4 o'clock this morning, it kind of subsided. And I left him inside for a bit, but he was a little rattled by it, a little bit.
It was odd. I thought my dogs would be worse last night. My dog Mika was worse, but Celine Dion was totally fine.
I thought about you, honestly, because of your animals and just, because I needed to put Blue out, the weather and going out. It's like, do you take the umbrella out in the rain and let them do their thing and then come back in? I didn't know whether to bring him back in. It was a kind of a deal.
I'm right there with you. Mika likes to sleep under the covers when it's thundering and lightning, but once he calms down, he gets back out, and he's like, okay, I'm fine. Then it happens again. Then he wants to get back under the covers. And he's like, okay, I'm fine. I feel safe. Then he goes back out again. So it's like in and out of under the covers.
Do you want to try one of those compression things?
I need to get
for your animals?
it's like the Thunder Vest or something.
Like Liz.
Thunder jacket.
Liz Delaney has one for her dog.
I need to get one of those. And then I need to ask Misty Fry next time we see her.
Yeah.
We have a mystery peer in the middle of the night.
What?
In the bedroom, which
Are you serious? Set some cameras up.
I'm gonna have to. I don't know who it is. Here's the other thing I don't know. Again, I put my human emotions on the dogs. I know they're thirsty, so I put a bowl of water in our bedroom because I know they like to get up in the middle of the night and drink.
Right.
But then I'm thinking, is that making them go potty now on the bedroom rug?
Well, they say if you don't want to get up in the middle of the night, don't drink after a certain hour.
Correct.
Don't drink an hour before you go to bed or whatever. So maybe you're enabling this midnight.
I think I am, but I feel bad because what if they're thirsty? If I'm thirsty, I get up and take a drink.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my dogs need to drink.
But isn't that interesting? But one of them every night?
Not every night, but it's getting to the point of I'm losing it when I get up and I step in it.
Don't! Do you with socks on?
With socks on.
Oh, that's the worst.
It is the worst feeling to step in
any kind of liquid.
Any kind of liquid with socks.
Let
alone. And then I have to turn on the light and I have to get a towel. I'm like, who did this? I love my babies.
I know you do.
However, I don't want them to potty in the house. They're usually so good.
Okay, so instead of a pet peeve, that's a pet pee. Isn't it?
Literally.
Literally. I'm telling you what.
A pet pee.
Yeah, I mean, when I get my socks wet, but if it was that, I don't know how you
And I told you my vet put my cat Dolly on a diet, which we're not sticking to. It's so hard. Dolly has now come up with a new thing, by the way. I'm sorry to talk about my pet so much.
Yeah.
She yells at us, she squeaks, she wants food. Now she'll go into the kitchen where we keep the pets, like the dog's water bowl. I'm not kidding you, it is the funniest thing. She'll go in there, she'll look at me in the living room, squeak, like she does this, and I'm looking, I'm like, what? She takes the water and tips the whole bowl over.
Are you serious?
Until we feed her.
Are you serious? Now, she's not starving, you know that.
Oh, no, she's not starving. She is so pleasantly plump.
I don't
want to fat shame her, but the vet put her on a diet, and I can't stick to her because she yells at me.
I think she runs your household.
She is in
that
charge,
one.
yes.
Yes.
So we really went off on a pet tangent today.
Yes, we did.
Yes, but speaking of the weather, it was very active.
Kept us up,
Very active last night. And Elisa, you have been here at the station since about midnight. This weather has been crazy, has it not?
Yeah, what I find most crazy about it is that we've got spring hazards and winter hazards at the same time. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is in north central Arkansas for Izard, Searcy, Stone, and Van Buren counties. It does include Mountain View and Melbourne. We could have some 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds in this severe thunderstorm warning. Again, this goes until 7:45 this morning, and this is in Arkansas. That's our one problem spot. as far as severe thunderstorm warnings go right now. The watch continues until 8 a.m. for south central Missouri and north central Arkansas. It's a severe thunderstorm watch. We've got, again, just split radar here where we've got thunderstorm hazards and icing hazards happening at the same time. A line of some pretty strong thunderstorms with locally heavy rain and thunder from Marshall up towards West Plains this morning. And then on the flip side, we've got some rain in Houston, and then on the back side, we've got that icing from Stockton through Bolivar, and now that icing is starting to get into Springfield. So because of these icing threats, a winter weather advisory goes until noon for Springfield and the I-44 corridor. But then we've got this ice storm warning up to the north and west, where ice accumulations will be much more and have been much more. We're looking at accumulations up to 0.4 of an inch. Power outages are happening, tree damage is happening, and the roads, of course, are slick up there. The winter weather advisory means that things will be slick, maybe not as much ice accumulation, but you still need to take it slow on the roads. Here's a look at that icing for the winter weather advisory and the ice storm warning. About 1/10 of an inch around Springfield. Those totals up to 1/4 to 1/2 an inch up to the north and to the west. Flood alerts out there as well because we've got this heavy rain that's just saturating the grounds and the rivers and the creeks, so be careful for those flooded roadways. You can see the line of storms that moved through on the overnight, and now we've got all those pinks in there, that icing threat continuing this morning. That's because we're at 28 in Clinton, but look at the temperatures still holding on to temperatures near 60 down towards West Plains. Just a mess out there this morning, whether it's from thunderstorm hazards or ice or whatever. Everybody's got something, and it's just a mess out there this morning. Better through the afternoon. Falling temperatures by dismissal in the 20s by the end of the day. Any of the thunderstorm and icing threats really wrap up by about 10 or 11 a.m. at noon the latest. We clear out the skies, try to later on today. We drop it to the 20s by the end of the day. We drop to 9 overnight tonight with those temperatures in the teens, and then what is this? Tomorrow, temperatures in the 20s tomorrow, even with the sunshine. Those wind chills today will be in the teens. The wind chills tonight drop to near and below 0. So a very frigid start at the bus stop by tomorrow. The cold hangs around through the next 7 days. Temperatures at or a little bit below average. Guys, the 7-day, I guess, looks a little bit better. Falling temperatures today. The second half of the day should get a little bit easier. Cold sunshine tomorrow. And then we've got these rain, snow chances Sunday into early next week, where we'll have rain in the afternoon and then a winter mix possible on the overnight. Jeremy Kelly.
Oh, that weather.
I know. Look at us, Elisa. We're just like, huh?
We don't know what to say. 20s here in a little
Elisa,
while.
did the groundhog not see his shadow and said the spring is coming?
No, forget the groundhog. Kevin and Liz from KGBX, I was chatting with them this morning, and they were laughing because I give them that whole spiel, and they were like, and then there was an earthquake in Harrison yesterday, which was a real thing that did happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I laughed, and I was like, guys, we're literally only missing the frogs and the locusts.
Oh,
it's coming.
There was a spider in my bed last night.
Oh, gosh.
There was. It freaked me out.
See, it's a sign, Elisa. Now, with that winter weather coming in and it getting so cold, do you think the roads here in Springfield are going to be dicey?
Yes. They can be, yes.
Okay.
We're starting to see that transition to freezing rain, and we've got these temperatures crashing so quickly. The roads are wet from the overnight. We could see them, flash freeze. So we could have some slick spots even in Springfield.
Okay, remind me, Lisa, too. I want her to do a weather school. I want to do a segment called Weather School, because I remember a few years ago, it was not raining, it was just cold, and all of a sudden, around 4 o'clock, they said, everybody go home, the roads are ice.
I remember that.
And it looked totally normal, Lisa.
Yes.
Looked totally normal, but those roads were ice. I don't know how that happened, so I want you to school us sometime, just on weather things. Would you do that for us?
Of course, I love to talk about the weather.
I never got home.
And I love you guys.
Thank you. Well, I never got home that night. I remember.
Yeah, do you remember that day?
It took me 4 hours to get from here to Plainview Road, and my dad lived in Springfield at the time, and I just turned around and came back. I couldn't make it home.
It was horrible that day. And I remember that because I was just going across Springfield, and it took me 4 to 5 hours.
Yes.
Wow.
And of course, then on further south.
The traffic, Elisa, that day, you would not believe it. It was bumper bumper to bumper with the slickest roads I've ever driven on.
Wow.
And it was like nobody could get anywhere.
No.
So everybody was just stuck on the roads.
Insane.
It was,
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that so you can see what happened.
I don't usually remember how the weather was last year, but I remember that night.
That year, I don't know what year
Because
it was.
I thought everybody was making a big deal. Oh, yeah, you need to get home early. And I thought, I got this. No big deal.
Yeah, we're introducing a new segment called Weather School with Elisa Raffa.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I'm all in, guys. All in.
And you're going to be updating us throughout the show again today with
Yes.
all the weather.
All the weather.
All the
We've
weather.
got all the weather today.
All right, thanks so much,
Woohoo,
Elisa.
exciting. Okay, very good. Thanks. Coming up, it's our morning sports report. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back
Yes.
for sure.
I just remember that day so
I
vividly.
do too, because I thought nothing's happening.